Have you ever seen a kicker react to the head coach the way that BMAC, Brandon McManus, did to Vic Fangio yesterday?
No, I haven't. I can't recall one of those situations. I was hoping, the fans were hoping that he would get a chance at it. I mean, how many times do 64-yarder Prater has a record. How many times is it right before half? You got, one tick left and you are on this perfect spot to kick a 65-yarder, to have the record. And, in that moment, you just want that chance. Like, give me that opportunity. And he didn't get it. So I understand why he was upset for sure. But
you made a great point earlier, not to interrupt. You made a great point, and I didn't think about it like this. Like, that may be the only time that ever happens in Brandon McManus' career moving forward. Because if it's from like 67 yards, they're not going to attempt it. If it's from 63 yards, that's not the record. You're not going to play every game at home in altitude where you have a distinct advantage. So it's like the crosshairs intersecting of like these circumstances coming together. And I thought it was a missed opportunity from Vic Fangio.
Yeah, because, like, what did you do? What did you do?
Nothing.
You threw a 30-yard pass, to the 20-yard line. Like, why not throw a Hail Mary up? I really didn't understand the play after it. So kick the thing. Go for it. I mean, they must have thought he had no chance to make it. Apparently, he thought he had a chance to make it.
Did you see what he did at halftime?
Did I see what no.
He came out, and he was the first person out, and he set it up from 65 yards, and he started practicing kicks from 65 yards.
I didn't see that.
That's a middle finger.
Yes.
That is by your actions, that is a middle finger. Like, are you kidding me? Well, I'm going to go do this right now.
I was hydrating at halftime. I was hydrating. I wasn't watching McManus on the field. I didn't realize that. That is what that is. I love that. Was he making them? Would be my question.
So I saw the video, but the video was taken, and please forgive me. It might have been Troy who put it out there, but don't quote me. They were filming it from the press box, but you can't tell with the angle there exactly if it's going in or not. So I wasn't able to see him kick it true. But even the fact that he was trying it is like, you are still hot, and you are in prove-it mode here.
Yeah. Well, look, that might be he knows it. That might be the only opportunity the rest of his career to have that. I mean, that's a record right there. Longest ever field goal, and to have that on your mantle and like as one of those trophy pieces, that's a cool thing to have for a kicker. How what else do the kickers have to do? Not much. I mean, you hit some game winners, that's cool, but to have the record and say I have the longest field goal in the history of the NFL,
right?
I mean,
that completes a career,
right? And I mean, we see how long Prater's has lasted, and now you're not going to get that opportunity maybe ever again. So you realize the frustration there and why he acted that way and reacted. I have no issue with it. Look, you're upset, right? I have no problem with it at all.
And especially how they handled it after the fact. It's not even like you're like going for more points. The fact that it was this ultra conservative over the middle throw to just sort of pad some stats. I don't know what it was for.
At least if you threw the Hail Mary, be like, okay, well, look, they went for it.
They're going for points.
They went for points. They just threw a 30-yard pass and ended up 20 yards short of the end zone.
Let me ask you this. I saw Mike Kliss go on Twitter and say, Brandon McManus overdid it. Him throwing his helmet, him yelling at Vic. He needs to apologize to Vic Fangio. Do you think there's something to that?
I think there's something to it. I mean, look, you respect your coach and maybe you say, hey, coach, I overreacted there. I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. Yeah. I mean, because ultimately, he's the guy in charge. You got to live by what he says. But I think Vic would be like, oh, don't worry about it at all. Vic doesn't care. Like, okay, that's great. Like, that's the type of players you want on your football team. Right. I want competitors. Right. I want guys that are pissed off when they don't catch 10 balls in a game. Now, you got to handle it the right way, certainly. And could McManus handle it a little bit differently? Sure. But in the heat of the moment, and you're mad, those types of things happen. It's football. So I think it's not a big issue. Should he apologize to Vic? Yeah, he could apologize to Vic. Does he have to? No. Maybe they have a little discussion about it, and it's water under the bridge. Not a big deal. A lot worse things happen every single game on the sidelines and in the locker room. it's one of those things as a coach. I look at it like, hey, my guy wanted to try it.
Sure.
Hey, I just didn't think it was the right opportunity. Didn't want to put us in a bad situation. You kick it 5 yards short. They return it for a touchdown, and now I look like a fool. I just didn't think it was the right opportunity. So, but I think overall, those are the types of guys you want them to mean something to you. You want them to be upset when things don't go well, but certainly sometimes you got to handle it a little bit differently. But that's football. That's sports.
I think this is the rare occasion where it's a double apology, because I think Vic Fangio owes Brandon McManus an apology.
Oh, you do?
I do. By not giving him a chance.
I disagree.
By not giving him a chance and handling the next play the way that they did, I thought it was a disservice to the football team. I really do. That not only are you're not putting your faith in McManus, you're not even taking a shot at the end zone. You're doing some in between gray area that's just weird.
Like, why did he throw the ball? I don't know if that was like one option B. Maybe option A was to throw it deep to somebody deep, and for some reason he threw it underneath. But I don't think Vic owes him an apology. Look, Vic's a head coach. Like, I made that decision because I thought that was the best decision for the football team. I'm not worried about records. I'm not concerned about records.
I'm talking about points. Forget the record. I'm talking about points.
Well, yeah, but it's a 65-yarder. It's never happened before, and Vic apparently thought they had a better chance at a Hail Mary than McManus did for a kick.
They didn't throw a Hail Mary.
Well, talk to Drew Lock. Drew Lock maybe knows him an apology.
Oh, my goodness.
Or Rich Gangarello.
All right. Yeah, Rich owes a couple of those.